WJCL News presents Gridiron Live.
On behalf of the presidents and chancellors of the Sun Belt Conference, including President Brooks Teal, and the athletic directors of the Sun Belt Conference, including Tom Kleinlein, it is my pleasure and privilege to present to Coach Willie Fritz and the Georgia Southern Eagles the 2014 Sun Belt Conference Championship Trophy.
Good morning, football fans. Welcome to Gridiron Live. As always, coming to you live from Wild Wing Cafe here in the heart of City Market. You just heard Georgia Southern 2014 Sun Belt Conference champs, and as we like to say it, the outright, leaving no doubt, there's no sharing. Georgia Southern, the sole champion in 2014. They finished the campaign 8-0 in Sun Belt Conference play thanks to a 22-16 win over Louisiana Monroe last night in Statesboro.
They proved that preseason polls are wrong most of the time. Georgia Southern was picked to finish 8th or something like that, and they went out and showed everybody that we're not an 8th place team.
No, Georgia Southern, everybody that was on their schedule in conference play, the Eagles took care of them one by one. Had some tough road games. Last night's game, perhaps the most physical of the Sun Belt contest they had, as you'll see in the highlights here in just a matter of minutes. We're going to take a look at those highlights. Also got to recap Georgia Tech, some clean old-fashioned hate, and it was the Jackets stinging the Bulldogs up between the hedges. Also got to check in on Clemson, South Carolina. And you see behind us, the Blue Thunder, they have arrived here in downtown Savannah. You know what? They have another state championship trophy in tow. Of course, we're going to recap a busy weekend in high school football as well.
Absolutely. I was making it yesterday. Big game for Memorial Day, looking to go back-to-back champs, and they got the job done, as they usually do. But we got a lot to talk about this show.
That's right. First off, we're going to get to Saturday's game over at Paulson Stadium. Georgia Southern 7-0 in Sun Belt Conference play. Last time they were on the field, a rough outing up in Annapolis, Maryland, as they got trounced by Navy. They had an off week, so a chance to regroup, and boy, did they need it, because they had a tough Louisiana Monroe defense coming to Paulson Stadium. Louisiana Monroe, just 4 wins on the season, but they're a squad who gave everything they had and played Texas A&M tough and some other squads throughout the year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get out to Paulson Stadium Saturday night, where a big game was played between Georgia Southern and Louisiana Monroe. Senior day at Paulson Stadium, 22 Eagles playing their final game in Statesboro, including third-string quarterback Izzy Ute, who would play a big role in this one. More on that in just a minute. Eagles looking to win the outright Sun Belt title in their first year in the league. They were hosting Louisiana Monroe. Georgia Southern going to grab the 3-0 lead in the first quarter on the Alex Hanks 27-yard field goal. But the second quarter, the Warhawks going to grab the lead. Rashawn Caesar going to haul in the 63-yard touchdown pass from Pete Thomas. Monroe with the 7-3 lead at the half. Eagles looking to turn things around after the break. They do just that. Quarterback Kevin Ellison on the keeper finds some running room, then hurdles a defender for the Georgia Southern first down. Then Ellison throwing. He finds Kentrella Showers for the big 36-yard pickup. Very next play, Eagles going to retake the lead. Ellison goes 10 yards for the touchdown. Point after missed, 9-7, Georgia Southern. Again, Monroe responds. Thomas throwing deep for Jalen Holly, who makes the grab and proceeds to make his way into the end zone. Warhawks back on top. It was 13-9. To the fourth quarter, Kevin Ellison out for a play after being shaken up. Izzy Ute enters the game, and on 4th and 5, going to pick up 18 yards and a first down. Ellison would come back into the game, but then leave for the rest of the contest with a knee injury. The Eagles offense, they press on. Matt Breida putting the home team back on top with the short touchdown run. It was 15-13 Eagles. The Georgia Southern defense then turning in a huge play. Former Southeast Bullock standout Jamal Johnson with the big sack on 3rd down. Monroe forced to punt. The Eagle offense comes back onto the field, and they begin to move goalward. Ute on the keeper. 48 yards later, Georgia Southern was on the doorstep. Very next play, Southern back into the end zone. L.A. Ramsby with the honors. Touchdown, and point after going to make it 22-13. Monroe would kick a field goal later in the fourth to make it 22-16. Then, with time winding down, Warhawks looking to win it. Thomas hits Kenzie Jackson near the goal line, but Matt Dobson with the big hit, knocking the ball loose. That's an incomplete pass. Monroe then with one last chance, 3 seconds left. Their throw to the end zone is off the mark, and that does it. Georgia Southern claims the outright 2014 Sun Belt Conference title thanks to the 22-16 victory over Louisiana Monroe. Georgia Southern finishes their first season in the Sun Belt with a perfect 8-0 record. Eagles join Nevada and Marshall as the only teams to win a conference title in their very first season in the FBS.
Feels great, feels great. To be able to celebrate it with Eagle Nation and my teammates, it feels awesome, man. And to be out, to be able to happen this way, it was awesome, man. It couldn't have been written any better, man. This was supposed to happen. I'm just appreciative of the opportunity. I just went in there and did what I was supposed to do, man. Couldn't have went out any better.
Where else would you rather be? And I saw something on the board that said, where else would you rather have gone to college? This is the only place I wanted to go. It was meant for me. This was meant to happen. Jesus saves.
We see on TV, all other teams, people rushing the field, and, for it to actually happen, it just blew my mind, and, I was just like soaking in the moment at that time, and it was a great feeling.
I haven't said this the whole season, but, we got a bunch of 1AA players with a 1AA coach. There's not one guy on our team who's recruited by a Division I program, and this was the only Division I program that recruited me, and to go out and go undefeated in a Division I league like we did, I think speaks volumes, to these young men.
So congratulations to the Georgia Southern Eagles, 2014 Sun Belt Conference champs. Now, a lot of folks asking, what's next? Will there be a bowl game? Well, of course, this past week, Georgia Southern applied for that waiver through the NCAA to try to get into a bowl game. It was denied. So now what happens is it's in the appeals process, and I talked with Georgia Southern Athletic Director Tom Kleinlein following last night's game. He expects to hear something back from the NCAA either Monday or Tuesday, and that will let you know if Georgia Southern will somehow find a way to get in a bowl game. And I tell you what, if they do, you can't have a lot of people being too mad. 9-3 in your first season in the FBS. You go 8-0 in conference play. What a magical year it was there in the first season in the Sun Belt.
Absolutely. They're one of, I think, only 3 teams to have ever done this in NCAA history, to come in their first year in the FBS and win. And I don't know if anybody else did it undefeated, but to do it undefeated, it was a heck of a season.
That's right. Georgia Southern joins Nevada and Marshall as the only teams that come from the FCS to the FBS and win a conference title in their first year. All right, coming up next on Gridiron Live, more college football. Going to talk about that clean, old-fashioned hate, big win by Georgia Tech over Georgia. We'll also take a look at that Palmetto State clash in the Upstate. All that and much more when Gridiron Live from Wild Wing Cafe continues. Stick around.
Welcome back to Gridiron Live, as always, coming to you live from Wild Wing Cafe. Now, throughout the rest of college football, it was rivalry week. You had Georgia and Georgia Tech squaring off in Athens, and also South Carolina at Clemson, 2 big matchups in the SEC and, well, ACC team. But take a look at some of those highlights from Saturday.
How about some clean, old-fashioned hate? Georgia hosting Georgia Tech. Third quarter game tied at 7. Tech's Justin Thomas gets stood up at the goal line, but Damian Swan going to rip the ball away, and Swan is soaring the other way, going to take it 99 yards for the touchdown. Big swing there. Georgia taking the lead. Fourth quarter, 17-14 Dogs. Jackets, Zach Lasky off the right side and in for the 8-yard touchdown. Georgia Tech takes a 21-17 lead. Fourth quarter again, after a Tech turnover, Georgia driving. Hudson Mason going to find Malcolm Mitchell for the touchdown with 18 seconds left. Bulldogs back on top, 4 seconds left. Harrison Butker for the 53-yard field goal attempt. It is good, tying the game up at 24. We're headed to overtime. In the first OT, Lasky in for the 2-yard touchdown. Point after was blocked, Tech on top. Here comes Georgia. Mason throwing the quick slant, but it's going to be intercepted by DJ White. And Georgia Tech going to win in Athens, 30-24, the final over their rival, Georgia. Palmetto State rivals colliding as South Carolina paid a visit to Clemson. First quarter, Pharaoh Cooper going to keep it. He's going to go 20 yards for the touchdown. Gamecocks go on top. It was 7-0. Clemson, right back. Deshaun Watson going to flip it forward to Artavius Scott. And Scott going to go 53 yards untouched to the end zone. That's going to tie the game up at 7. Second quarter, Wayne Gallman going to take the pitch. He's in for the 5-yard touchdown, 14-7. Move to the third quarter, 21-10 Clemson. Watson going to flip it to Scott again, and again, Scott going to go the distance. 70-yard touchdown this time. Clemson going to knock off their rival Gamecocks. 35-17 the final on Saturday. So there you go, Georgia Tech with a big win, and Clemson finally snaps that losing streak to in-state foe, South Carolina. Got to talk high school football when we return to state playoff time. Heck, it was state championship time for teams in the GISA. Memorial Day's here. They got their state championship trophy. We'll show you how they won it coming up next. That's when Gridiron Live continues, live from Wild Wing Cafe. Stick around.
Welcome back to Gridiron Live, as always, coming to you live from Wild Wing Cafe. Big high school games. We got the Memorial Day Blue Thunder. We're going to get to them in just a minute. They were in a big game for another state championship, but also in the GHSA. Teams looking to make it to the Final Four. Take a look at some of the highlights from Friday night and Saturday. We start in the GISA, where Memorial Day looking to go back-to-back champions in AA. Well, the Blue Thunder, they would get the ball first, and on their first possession, Mickey Haversham, he's going to score the first touchdown of the game. Tied game now after a big kick return by Irvin Riley. Haversham in for his second score of the day, 14-7 Memorial. Tied at 14 on a 3rd and 16. Tillman with a nice pass to Haversham for the first down. Then it's going to be Haversham in for the score. They're going to miss the PAT. It will be 20-14 Memorial Day. But before the half, it's going to be Piedmont. Zach Beggs in for the sneak, and it will be Piedmont with the lead at halftime, 21-20. Piedmont with an 8-point lead now. Micah Cooper will find a hole, and he's going to be gone. 68 yards for the touchdown to tie the game at 28. Later, Haversham getting his 4th touchdown of the game to give the Blue Thunder the lead. He would have 137 yards in the game. After Piedmont scores on a 7-minute drive, the Thunder score in 7 seconds, thanks to Riley, who gives them a 42-35 lead over Piedmont. 3rd and 9 now for Piedmont, under 2 minutes left. Haversham is going to get the big sack for the Thunder. The 4th down now throw, it would be incomplete. Memorial Day would use up the clock from there, and they win their 2nd straight state title, 42-35, the final over Piedmont. In AAA, Pinewood taking on defending champ Westfield for the state championship. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's going to find Forrest for the 38-yard touchdown, and it's going to be Westfield who gets on the board first. Later on, Fitzpatrick at it again, this time finding Tucker Moody. And Moody is going to go in for 47-yard score, and it will be 24-0 Westfield all over Pinewood. Fitzpatrick to Giles Amos for another score. It will be 31-0 at half. Pinewood is going to fall to Westfield, 52-7, the final. In the GHSA, the Benedictine Cadets taking on Lovett, the AA defending state champs. Game will be tied at 3 in the first quarter. Stevie Powers rolls out and throws deep for Brad Stewart, who makes the grab deep in Lovett territory. Very next play, John Kennedy is going to get the call, and he fights his way across the goal line for the touchdown. The point after fails, 9-3 Cadets. Same score in the second quarter. Lovett going for it. On a 4th and 3, the pass is going to be picked off by True Self Cooper, who has the nice return up to near midfield. The Cadets turn the turnover into a touchdown. Powers throwing for Stewart in the end zone. Stewart making the grabbing catch, and it would be 16-3 Benedictine at half. The Cadet defense continue to play lights out. Noah Johnson getting the big tackle for the loss here against Lovett. Move to the third quarter. Powers to Stewart combo added again on 4th down. Powers to the end zone. Stewart with the amazing grab for the touchdown. Benedictine pulling away. Early in the 4th, Cadets put the nail in the coffin. 3rd and 28. The screen goes to Chance Jackson. He picks up some blocks, and then he proceeds to take it to the house. Benedictine moving on to the state semifinals for a 2nd straight year, thanks to a 31-10 win over Lovett. In single A, Calvary Day hosting Mount Pisai. We're going to start with Brett Sanders to Tyler Kilgore. and the Cavs get into the end zone first. They would lead 7-0. Later on, first play for the Patriots, and Taquan Washington right there for the big-time stop, the running back in his tracks. Next possession for the Cavs, Robert Hayward. He's going to find a crease, and he's off for the races. 14-0, Calvary Day takes the lead. Third down now for the Patriots. Tyrone Riley with the big-time sack. Patriots not able to do much in the first half of this one. The next drive, the Patriots a 3rd and goal. Rich Rappa is going to come up with a big-time interception. Later in the second quarter, Robert Hayward, he's going to get some room again, refusing to go down, and he gets the Cavs within striking distance. It will be Sanders on the keeper, making it 21-0 Cavaliers. We head to the fourth quarter now, and it's going to be Robert Hayward once again with another great one. He will dive into the end zone. He's going to be marked just short, but on the next play, he's going to get the ball for the easy score. He would have 3 touchdowns in the night as the Cavs win 35-21. They will host Eagles Landing next week. I'm now joined by the GISA AA state champions, the Memorial Day Thunder. Guys did it again, and the workhorse on Saturday was Mickey Habersham. Talk a little bit about your game. 137 yards on the ground, but 4 touchdowns was huge for the Blue Thunder.
I just had to do it for my team. I told them we was going to win a championship, and we won it.
And you guys talked to me. Now this is Mickey Habersham. Now we got Delonte Thomas. You guys were on the road pretty much all season long. Did that help you guys? Did it make you guys stronger, to make you better?
Yeah, it did. Playing on the road, it just made us better every day. And that's pretty much it.
Now this was a team of only 21 guys. I counted you guys before this game. Not many of you, but a good senior group. Micah Cooper, he had a long touchdown run. Talk a little bit about your senior leadership and how you guys did this year and got back to where you wanted to be.
It just all just took patience and dedication to it, and we just took it day by day and never looked too far ahead of ourselves, and we just came out with a victory.
And Micah's not giving up that trophy.
No, Micah is holding on to it.
I just wanted to touch the darn thing, and he wouldn't even let me touch it, so we'll figure.
And a big thing, you guys went back and forth, but big defensive stand at the end. Your brother Makai was part of that. You talk a little bit about the defense that you guys had, able to get one stop.
It was tough because we weren't really playing like how we normally play, but it just took patience, like you said, and just pulled it through.
Another big play was Mickey had a big sack on 3rd down. Quarterback was scrambling, but you kind of didn't let him go away.
Because Mike put me in the right spot, and I just got back there and got the sack.
And then 4th down was incomplete. I mean, after that sack, did you guys know that you had it? Did you know that was it?
Not really, because we know we had 4th down, and the pass was working. But as we told our DBs to get in the right spot, they just got in the right spot and got and it just made it a tough pass, and they didn't complete it.
Is this one a little sweeter for you guys, 2 in a row, to kind of go out as seniors and know that you're going to have 2 rings on your hand now?
It's a great feeling that we could go out with 2 rings.
And I noticed you have your rings already on, Micah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You start running out of fingers there. You can always go to the toes with the guy. Because, I mean, this is a tradition. Mark Sussman, athletic director, how many years have we done this? I mean, how many state championships, right? And this is a tradition. Memorial wins the state championship, they come on Gridiron Live. It's just kind of the way of the world. And I was trying to do the math. Yeah, 4 times now Memorial Day has had this kind of Sunday after celebration, and I tell you what.
They are a dynasty. They are a dynasty in Savannah, for sure.
Definitely room and reason to be excited for Memorial Day Blue Thunder, the 2014 GISA Class AA State Champ. Steph, it had to be an exciting time to be over there making it.
It was an exciting time. It was back and forth. Last year, you guys kind of ran away with it pretty early, but this Saturday, it was back and forth game, and it was exciting to watch. Big win for you guys. Congratulations. I'm waiting for my ring to come. I was there.
We'll sign you up next year when we go to the 3-peat for the Blue Thunder. That's going to do it for this Sunday morning's Gridiron Live. As always, join us each and every Sunday morning right here at Wild Wing Cafe.